Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be going over the easiest paths for Act 5, Chapter 1. So let's get started with Quest 1, called Fair Play. For the first 3 quests, I believe, each quest has a global node called Flare. The opponent gains plus 300% attack, but takes 100% of their max health as direct damage over 60 seconds. The strength of the damage is affected by class relationships. So what I recommend for this node, it's a pretty simple node. All you have to do is just bring a high damage champion, such as Colossus, Domino, Black Widow Deadly Origins. I found worked really well. I played around with her in some of the later quests for exploration. It was very fun. So let's get started with the easiest path. The easiest path would be this guillotine up to the Gambit, then Dr. Voodoo, Captain America World War II, to Scarlet Witch, Civil Warrior, X-23, Venom Pool, Howard the Duck, Nightcrawler, and then take that to the boss. There's a mini boss, Falcon. With his buff, he might be a little harder, but still a relatively simple fight. And then the boss will be Kang, still with the flare node, and he has some health boosts. One of the easiest path, you take out 60% one. So that would reduce his health significantly. So altogether, easy. I'm assuming that you know how to dex. You can dex consistently, maybe not perfectly, but you can do it. Some of these fights might require a little more dexing skill, but you should be good. So quest number 2, again, this one doesn't have flare, never mind, my bad. This one has breakthrough. Simple node. Just this champion starts with plus 5,000 armor, but the opponent reduces their armor by 200 per hit. So yeah, no rush this time, no flare node to pressure you. So simply Gwenpool. I'm trying to remember, it's the left or the right one. I believe it's the right one, yeah. Okay, so you take the Gwenpool to Iron Man, Cable, Groot, then take this port to this port right here. You can take either path, either one is pretty easy. Each one has a new buff champion. I would consider Hulkbuster to be more annoying than Magneto. As long as you don't bring a #metal champion, you should be good. So take Electro, Red Hulk, Dr. Voodoo, Ant-Man, then Mags. And then it's a simple mini-boss Howard the Duck fight with enhanced special 1. So again, like I said, just dexing that, or you could take the block damage. And then there's Moon Knight, who does not have any additional nodes. So relatively just a simple Moon Knight fight. Okay, so on to quest 3. I am almost positive this quest does have the flare node. So let's get into this, called Back and Forth with the Iron Patriot boss. Okay, so at the beginning, I'd recommend taking the Deadpool and Agent Venom, and then take that to the Ant-Man and Jugs, then taking this port down here. But there's a couple more difficult fights. Black Panther Civil War, for example, if you're not used to fighting him, might be a little more tricky. Miles Morales might be a little more tricky. But these paths are noted. The Wolverine has adaptive, enhanced bleed and health, and the Hulk has some fury. So really, I would go Deadpool, then Iron Fist, and that takes you right to the Iron Patriot boss, who has Flare, Rolling Thunder, Enhanced Special 2, Kinetic Reactor, Enhanced Armor Break. I took, just this nose fight would be a lot easier. If you want to, you could take this to get rid of some of the more annoying buffs like Kinetic Reactor, or you could go to the other side and take Jane Foster, who would do Rolling Thunder and Enhanced Special 2. But it's all up to you. This is just my opinion, so it's really up to you to decide which one you actually take. So yeah, on to Quest 4. I don't think this one has the Flare node. I think it's just, it might have a global node, but let's see. Okay, Life Transfer. This I actually found pretty fun. So the opponent takes direct damage over time, losing 2% of their max health per second, but life stealing 125% of their damage done. The lifesteal percentage is affected by class relationships. So, pretty simple. I used to fret about losing my health, but really, as long as you don't panic, you should be fine because you can gain all your health back. I found this Hawkeye and Daredevil Hell's Kitchen to be a lot easier. Daredevil Hell's Kitchen is buffed, so I'd recommend watching a video on his specials to know how to avoid that. And then this path is a Stupefy. I'm pretty sure all of them have Stupefy. Yeah. So again, I'm not sure exactly what these are, but the Stupefy I found to be a lot easier. And then take it up to port A, and there's a Venom Fight. So this Venom Fight has an anemnesis. I don't even know how to say it. I'm kind of dumb. Breaks the normal limitations of a genetic memory with a perfect recollection of up to 20 effects. So basically, he gains buffs faster, I believe. I'm not quite familiar with Venom's buffs, but pretty simple. Venom Fight. And then the next quest, Act 1.1.5, is Electro. I found this quest a lot harder than any of the other ones back when I went through it, just because Electro is a really annoying champion. You're constantly taking damage. So this quest has a global node of Burden of Might and Power Focus. Really nothing too difficult. I took Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, down the port to Thor, Jane Foster, Daredevil Hell's Kitchen, She-Hulk, Vision, AOU, Black Panther, this Unknown Cosmic Champ, in the port, Unknown Cosmic Champ, Star-Lord, then Electro Boss. I don't think he has any regular local nodes. No, he doesn't. But he does have Pessimist, Strike Back, Optimist, and Enhanced Special 1. If you find any of these annoying, or just having trouble with it, I would recommend going down and taking out that node so as to avoid lots of damage taken. This node right here is simply Optimist. That's not really a big a deal, but that's overall the easiest path, I think. Okay, so on to the final quest. The boss is a Archangel that has a few different nodes. Nothing too difficult. Not chapter 4. The path is pretty long, so you might need a couple revives depending on your skill level. But it is very long. Probably one of the longer quests. But you take Iron Man. Oh yeah, the global node is Brute Force and Kinetic Instigator. Pretty nothing too difficult again, but just want to know what the nodes are so as to not mess up and take direct damage. So the path includes Iron Man, Thor Jane Foster, Gamora, Bucky, War Machine, Gambit, take this port, Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler would probably be more annoying. If you have a parry spam heavy, I would do that, so he can't evade. I would avoid hitting him directly unless you have a True Strike champion, so the evades won't work. And then there's Crossbones, Unknown Mutant Champion, Iron Patriot, Black Panther Civil War. Again, a kind of annoying fight. Just watch out and try not to get hit so as not to take all that reflect damage, and if he has an armor up, be sure not to stun him, or that stun will be reflected and you will be stunned instead. So next is Rogue, an Unknown Mutant Champion, and the final boss, Archangel. This is the final boss of Chapter 1. So he's overall harder. His incoming nodes are Bloodletting, Adaptive, Armor, and Enhanced abilities. I believe we took out the Adaptive, yeah. So that'd be a little more frustrating, so he wouldn't take as much damage as usual. But with that removed, it'd be pretty simple fight. Really you don't need anyone specific except for the flare node quests, which you just need a high damage champion. For this fight, really it's just a matter of dexing his specials and dealing enough damage, as is most of Act 5. So nothing too hard node wise. But yeah, that'll wrap it up for the video. Let me know if this helped you out. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next video.